looking for in a game like this.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, Mike. Both these teams we saw just a week ago play really well in their wild...
Playoff fever in the air. It's the first of 4 this weekend. Off we go in the divisional round. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Winning in the wild card round, certainly an accomplishment that this team should be proud of. But, Mike, if he wants to take his team to the championship round next week, he's going to have to lead by example and play a mistake-free game against a team known for capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. Yes, you have to be aggressive. You have to be willing to take some risks. But those risks have to be calculated, because if you get reckless against this group, you're going to be flying home. You're going to be getting ready for the offseason.
He'll drop to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
Not the sharpest of starts on offense. Here, an early 3rd and long. Back to throw. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time. Leading them out, the number 3 overall pick of the 2021 draft. From North Dakota State, it's Trey Lance.
You have to figure, Mike, this is a confident quarterback coming into this one. He played such a large role, not only helping them win the division, but then he followed it up last week with a big wild card victory. Now, 1 week away from a championship game in front of their home crowd, everything is falling into place. But if they want to play next week, they're going to need another big game from their leader.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. It is 3rd and 10. Now, faking the give. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. Ravens bring their punt team out. And back deep is Marvin Mims. That is fielded at the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Mims sent in motion here. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an art to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the first down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick 6 to make it a 6-0 lead.
And Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick 6.
Now Justin Tucker for the point after. It's up and good. And the Ravens are out to a 7-0 lead here in this divisional playoff matchup. $7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Bills offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Cup in motion. Right back to the air following that pick 6. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down. Now they'll set up to throw. Here's a screen set up for Benson. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll look to throw again. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there, and it'll bring up second down. Back to the air one more time. Looking deep here for Tillman.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
That's taken in. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here's Bryce Behringer now. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start just inside the 20-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. Lance. That is going to be intercepted. intercepted by Trent McDuffie. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. Tillman, the man in motion. Quickly to the outside and complete. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Straight ahead, they go with Benson. And this offensive line creating running space. He'll get 6 and get inside the 10-yard line. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. He gets that to his big target, Fant. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Noah Fant. Touchdown, Buffalo. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown. And, Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Ravens offense ready to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They put Pickens in motion. To throw, here's Lance. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Slot man in motion left. Here's Cook. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Veteran Trey Hendrickson there on the stop. 2nd down and 8. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. And he is going to be out of bounds. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's 1st and goal. Now this looks like a design run. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. 1 quarter in the books in this AFC divisional playoff. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here.
Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down, back at the 6.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Bills offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and here's Benson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Open man, and that's Tillman. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Bills.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the handoff, this is Benson. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, brings that one to an end. Throwing now on 3rd and long. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Ho-ho! And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Ravens offense ready for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing, Lance. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down. Here's Lance. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They motion the slot man left. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now Lance. He's got his man, completes a Pearsall. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
To throw is Lance. That's complete, left side to Pickens. And he's into the end zone. George Pickens. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Bills offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. The throw on the run is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Benson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 3rd and 5. Cup in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And great coverage on special teams. They'll mark it down inside the 5-yard line. The Ravens offense and George Pickens out for their next possession. They'll start from their own 4. Not a lot of room for error back here. It's 1st and 10. He'll struggle to get positive yardage here, only up to about the 5. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 5-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts.
3rd and 8.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They'll send a tight end in motion right. Lance looking to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well. In motion comes Andrews. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They send a receiver in motion left. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews. 17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Raven first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Back to the air one more time. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Now, faking the give. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
He'll find his running back, Cook. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Lance. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. And you talk about having confidence in your kicker, Mike. I mean, to send him out there to kick from midfield, and what does he do? He repays you with that confidence with a 60-yard field goal. I mean, that was something else.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get it back to you two in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it's going to be one.
And instead, why don't we get right back to it, as we'll get ready for the third quarter. These two teams fighting to get to that AFC championship game next Sunday. Back to it here, the third quarter underway. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. One of the tight ends motions right. To throw, here's Lance. Short pass. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Bills have got it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
First and 10 now from the 36. A run out of the gun with Benson. And not a whole lot to speak of there. He'll work it down inside the 35. Look him up on a second down and 8. They'll go again with Benson. And he'll get this close to a first down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Quick throw here is complete. And he will have the first down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down. He'll drop to throw. He'll get that to all his tight end.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
That is caught at the 3. To the goal line and in. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Bills.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bills are back within 6.
Bills 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. A carry for Cook. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Late Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing, Lance. They'll set up the screen here to Pearsall. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now Lance. That one on target to Moore. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. Slot man in motion left. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. Here's Lance. And this throw batted away and incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there, and that will lead to a 2nd down. They'll run with Cook, and he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll send a tight end in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
The Bills offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. And maybe the quarterback should have given that one away. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's caught. Down the field is Tillman. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Tillman, the man in motion. Now they'll set up to throw. He connects with Mims. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Bills.
A give. Here's Benson. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Mims sent in motion here. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Tillman, the man in motion. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
first down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Now give up the middle. It's Benson. And he'll be taken down, but now a long way to go on 3rd and goal. They'll run. Great job by this defense. Nowhere near the end zone as we get to 4th and goal.
The defense is willing to just give up that run every single time. I mean, they're going to leave guys as far back as they can to protect the sticks. And in this case, flow to the ball, make an open field tackle, get off the field. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Cook. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss. Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw is Lance. He'll let this go for Pickens. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be 1st and goal. They've got it at the 3.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. They'll run with Cook. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. James Cook, touchdown Ravens. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Ravens will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Tillman, the man in motion. They'll look to throw. Open man, and that's Tillman. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Back to the air one more time. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. So after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. He finds Mims. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he will have enough to pick up a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. He'll take a shot with Mims. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw yet again. Got it into the hands of Mims. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played?
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Drew Tranquil. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Like, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
The home team's offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They run out of the gun. It's Cook. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
In motion comes Andrews. To throw, here's Lance. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. This, a must-stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. Throwing, Lance. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
All these stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game. But the defense can make as many stops as they want, Mike. This game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field.
Ravens sending the punt team out there as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Here is 1st and 10. Tillman, the man in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Work to do, the crowd helping the defense. 3rd down and 9. They'll drop to throw. Backs to the open man. It's Tillman. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
He completes this one to Mallory. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Thrown left side. The catch is made. 12 yards on that hookup. 1st down, Buffalo. He'll drop to throw. That one on target to Cup. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. They'll throw out of the gun. That is caught at the 3. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Now they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
The home team's offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Only 1 timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. It's a win here for the Ravens. They will continue on in these playoffs. They're now 1 step away from a Super Bowl appearance. We'll have a tough one coming up next Sunday in the Conference Championship game. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Oates. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.